Hello, everyone. I am Lilia Luciano. The remaining Republican presidential candidates are in Iowa for the nation's first caucuses. The top three candidates are making their final push to win over voters in the Hawkeye state. Caucus goers will head to more than 700 sites across the state to cast their ballots. While former President Trump is expected to run the table, a good showing could propel Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis into contention in other states. Polls show the former president currently holds a commanding lead over former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and also over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. The winner will use the momentum to slingshot into the New Hampshire primary next week. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now from Des Moines. Set the scene for us, for those of us who don't know exactly how the caucuses work.
Lilia, great to be with you on this Martin Luther King Day and on this caucus day here in Iowa. Republicans who are registered already with the party or people who want to show up tonight and register with the GOP are asked to do so between 6:30 and 7 p.m. local time. They'll gather in more than 1,600 locations across this state of 3 million people to hear from supporters of each of the remaining Republican presidential candidates and then cast a paper ballot. In that room, the tally will be taken, the results reported up to a central committee, and it'll all be announced here in the state capital of Des Moines behind us sometime later tonight if the plan holds. We have seen the three major candidates, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, plus a few of the others that still are in the race, Vivek Ramaswamy and Asa Hutchinson, traveling the state here in the last few days and here in the remaining hours as they try to seek out supporters and make sure that people turn out tonight. Of course, complicating everything is the weather, the record low temperatures that have things right now in the double digits below zero.
What are you hearing about that, Ed? Of course, everyone you hear from in Iowa is complaining about these extremely frigid weather. How does it expect to impact turnout? What are you hearing from people?
The answer, Lily, as frustrating as it is we have no idea. All the campaigns concede that the hopes for record high turnout probably have to be tossed out the window because you're going to have real complications tonight for people getting to these locations if they feel compelled to do so. The roads, for the most part now, after a series of snowy days, are clear. The issue could be winds and, again, those frigid temperatures, especially in real rural parts of this state to the north and northwest, where there are a lot of older voters as well. So we'll see. On the other hand, and we heard this from people we met yesterday at some of the final days of rallies, after 4 days of being cooped inside, there may be a desire to get out and see the neighbors. And so we just have no precedence for this and no way of knowing. And remember, a very small handful of people in this state, only about 186,000 people participated in the last competitive Republican caucus in 2016. That's about a third of registered Republicans in this state. What was it, 0.0005%, as I look at my producer who does math better than I do, of all Americans weigh in on this, the first stop of the 2024 campaign. So you're relying on a tiny percentage of Americans to make an awfully big decision as we start to pick a president. And it's all complicated by the weather, which has all the campaigns kind of shivering already, but shivering even more as they wonder what that could mean tonight.
And it could also serve as a great excuse for whoever ends up in the third place. Ed, talk to us about this. The polls show, or the most recent ones, well, all the polls show that the former president has a commanding lead in Iowa. What are the other two candidates hoping to take away from today?
To get as close to him as possible and maintain momentum as the leading alternative to him. And we should point out, the Trump campaign is trying to manage expectations. While that survey released over the weekend suggests he's flirting with 50%, they believe they're going to hit some mark in the high 40s. That to them would be success. Anything north of that is just gravy. But there's a reason for them to believe they won't get that 50% mark. And the president for several days has been saying to his supporters, act like we're down 1%. Act like we are the underdog. Make sure you're dragging out the 10 people you would find to come with you. Don't sit at home. He was even suggesting yesterday, go cast your vote. And even if you die, so be it, your vote will count. That shows you how desperate he is to maintain his turnout operation and ensure that he comes out on top. DeSantis and Haley, they're looking to get into number 2, to box out the other one and go into New Hampshire with some real momentum.
All right, Ed O'Keefe, thank you. As for how to watch the Iowa voting results as they trickle in tonight, CBS News Executive Director of Surveys and Elections, Anthony Salvanto, joins us here on Studio 57. Anthony, walk us through what we can expect tonight.
Hey, how you doing? Look, here's a blank map of Iowa, right? We'll fill it in later tonight, sometime after, look, at 8 o'clock Eastern, as Ed said, the caucus doors will close. People will start voting in that hour. Then sometime after 9 p.m., we'll get a lot of those results. But even before that, the network election pool and we at CBS News are sending interviewers all over this state to randomly selected precincts, and we'll be interviewing voters to get what's on their minds, right? Who are they intending to vote for? So we'll report those entrance polls as well. And then as things start to come in, I will point out that we will take a look at what could happen. Ed was describing Donald Trump being up in the polls. So let's just do this hypothetically for a second, right? You've got Donald Trump, you've got Nikki Haley, you've got Ron DeSantis, and we're going to watch these two, I suspect, be jockeying for that second place, who's in second place, who's in third. Now, in those early polls that Ed mentioned, they are well back of Donald Trump. And what could be important here when we parse out second and third is who can sort of claim that mantle, and then maybe Haley takes that momentum into New Hampshire, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how we're going to watch it. And I'm going to add this. Nationwide, nationally, this is our latest poll, and look at the big lead Donald Trump has. So this tells you that, yeah, he has an advantage, and somebody wants to use Iowa, maybe Haley, who's competitive in New Hampshire, wants to use that as a springboard to try to put a dent in that, because it looks like a high hill right now.
Anthony Salvanto, you've got a busy day ahead of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Indeed.
Bone-chilling temperatures are sweeping across Iowa, posing health concerns for caucus goers in the Hawkeye State. Jon Rivas from our CBS News Des Moines, Iowa affiliate KCCI has more. John, hello.
Hello, Lilia. Well, after the 2 rounds of heavy snow that we saw last week, one of those being a blizzard, the National Weather Service has issued now a wind chill warning over the practically entire state of Iowa. That means we can expect those wind chills to dig down at around minus 35 degrees. Again, that's below zero, and that's really the temperatures that we've seen since Friday. We haven't seen the positive numbers since Friday afternoon, and we're not going to be looking at those at all for today, as even the wind chills, we're seeing 30 to 35 degrees below zero. This is around caucus time, around 6 all the way to 8 o'clock, even beyond. Not going to see much of a temperature rebound. And with this extreme cold, you can expect the first stages of frostbite to set in about 15 minutes. That's, again, on exposed skin. But Iowan voters, they're used to this. This is January, after all. You're going to expect to see a lot of voters out and about, and they're going to be bundled up, and rightfully so. Where highs are going to be, again, low single digits, mid single digits below zero as we get into 6, 7, and 8 o'clock this evening. It's not a surprise to us, but of course, the candidates, they definitely could be wishing for some warmer temperatures. Back to you, Lilia.
Thank you, Jon Rivas.